Today we are leaving Darjeeling. As you can see, or as you cannot see, I've been waiting here for 3 days for some nice views, but there's nothing. Overall, I have to say, Darjeeling is very disappointing. People are obviously imagining those rolling green hills full of beautiful tea plantations and whatever, and I think it's here, at least it's here in this region, not necessarily in the city, right? And without the blue skies, as the contrast for the green tea plantations, it's just not very pleasant. Let's hope that no one's coming down. And all the other reasons why I don't like it, I will tell you when we pass them as we're leaving Darjeeling. So far, so good. Move, please. Dude, can you go back? I don't have the boxes. As you can see, traffic is, oh god, absolutely horrible. Wait, I have to go the other way. What you can see here in front of me is the rail track for the local public transport, which is unbelievably, well, which runs on coal, steam engines. There's like a guy sitting on top of it, smashing the bigger pieces of coal with a hammer into smaller pieces and then feeding it into the, oh, this is just one giant traffic jam, into the steam engine, So that's very noisy, very black smoke coming out, exhaust fumes, everything like that. Just overall, and obviously it has like a steam whistle. And since you can see the width of this road, you can imagine that there's always going to be cars in the way, right? Because this is, despite the looks of it, it's a two-way road, right? Even though there is no traffic on my lane because it's probably stuck somewhere else. This is the main road through Darjeeling. This is the, and Darjeeling has like 100,000, 150,000 people, and this is the main road, So yeah, traffic absolutely sucks. You can see it's not like a very nice or fancy place. It's rather dirty and grim, not only because of the weather today, but in general. And yeah, I don't know. If you come here, go to Gangtok instead. Go to Sikkim. Not so dirty, less crowded. Overall, much nicer atmosphere. A lot less tourists. I mean, this is still, despite the looks of it, this is still belongs to the Indian state of West Bengal, right? So nobody needs any permits to come here, and so a lot of people do. A lot of people from West Bengal, from Kolkata. So it's incredibly, can be incredibly crowded in some areas, right? Like the big tourist spots. I don't think a lot of the locals actually use this small train. It's basically a tourist attraction. And I don't know, it's a bit frustrating. Everybody here is constantly like, oh yeah, yeah, no, no, you stay another day. Tomorrow the weather is going to be blue sky, perfect visibility. I guarantee it, 110%. I'm like, there's the train. What is this shit? So yeah, you can see this beautiful black smoke coming out there. There's the guy sitting up. There was the guy sitting on this pile of coal. I don't know. The Darjeeling main road. Yeah, go to Gangtok, go to Sikkim. Or obviously, don't come here at all and go to, I don't know, Meghalaya, Mizoram. And somehow, even despite it being busy, right? I was at the zoo yesterday. There's like a shit ton of people. The whole thing doesn't seem to be very, well, doesn't seem to be working, right? I mean, half of the restaurants are closed, or you go in there and have a look at the menu, and 75% of the stuff that's on the menu, they're like, oh yeah, no, no, we don't have it. So it seems like this whole town is not really running. It's as if it's off season, even though it isn't. Right now should be one of the nicer times to come before the rain starts in April, May. So I don't know, right? And it's busy. The people are here, right? All the tourist shops are open. There's people taking pictures with their smartphone. The train, as you saw, was full, right? So there's there's going to be 50 people sitting in there filming the ride with their smartphones. It's like, I don't get it. This is a very, it's not a good tourist destination. Which is sad. I mean, I'm sure it could be. and I don't know. I could speculate about the reasons, but I haven't been here long enough to venture into that territory. As in many other places in the northeast I've been to, there's well, West Bengal is not officially in the northeast, but there's this sort of cultural, economic conflict between the ethnic people who've been living here for thousands of years, and as they call them, they're phrasing the mainlanders, right? The mainland Indians, who came here with the British, but also obviously after and probably also before. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, there's like a big divide between those people: the Buddhist locals, or the tribes that are Christian, right? Christian missionaries that were successful in some tribes, and the Hindus that are coming in from the rest of India, or especially from the rest of West Bengal, and the Muslims, and bringing with them a entirely different culture in every sense of the way, right? Language-wise, I read about some discrimination, like many of the local people speak Nepali, and theoretically that should be an official language here as well, but practically, well, everybody's forced to speak Hindi. And obviously, yeah, like many, many different other aspects as well. What is this? I can't go through there. It's very funny and many, or very funny and also super annoying. Many parts of the center of town, when the train is going through, the road becomes too narrow for traffic to go both directions, right? Which means, and the train is slow, you know, it's like this toy train, right? Which means that all traffic has to stop whenever a train is going through, because the cars on the side where the train track is have to move to the opposing lane. I don't know. Like, traffic is bad in the traditional sense in places like Delhi or Calcutta, in the sense that, you know, traffic is bad, there's a lot of traffic, right? But here traffic is inherently evil, like bad in a different sense, in the way that the way it functions is just, it doesn't work. There's systemic failure of traffic on the way it's organized. And you'll have like all kinds of traffic police guys standing around waving at cars, and there's, you know, nothing the cars can do because there's no space for them to go anywhere, you know? I don't know. Obviously one major problem is that the cars are getting wider and wider because everybody is, I'm not going to do an SUV rant, but cars are getting wider and wider, which in places with narrow roads is horrible. Damn, that guy is using his indicator. Amazing. Very proud of you, my friend. They do have, like, I think that's like a diesel version of the toy train. Not as bad considering the fumes, but just as noisy with the whistle, right? And I mean, they have to do the whistle because they have to get the cars out of the way, right? So basically, and there's obviously also people walking on the track. So the entire way through the city, the train has this super loud, noisy whistle going. That's frustrating. And I mean, by now I've been used to, not used, but I've been subjected to a lot of noise. And still, the steam whistle is painful. Like ear splitting, head splittingly so. Yeah, zero visibility, no tea plantations for me. And those roads here are frustrating, right? Not only because they're narrow, but because they're so curvy. Like, even if there was space to overtake, I can't see far enough to see if maybe there's like some other biker coming around the corner. Or car, you know. Which makes stopping for a picture doubly bad, as the cars that I've been painstakingly overtaking will just go past me again. But we'll see. If there's like a one shot with my bike and a Darjeeling tea plantation is warranted, I guess. I already woke up today in a very bad mood because I will be frustrated with the disorganization of India again today. There is like a border crossing into Nepal an hour from here, like what, 30 kilometers, which is apparently not open to foreigners from the Indian side, right? So it's just like local people that can cross into the next village and then, I don't know, buy Nepali cigarettes, or if Nepalis buying, I don't know, buying Indian cigarettes and go back home, right? And foreigners are not allowed to go at all. And because the Indian side just didn't open their border terminal. On the Nepali side, it's been open since before COVID, and there's like a newspaper interview, or with the head of the Nepali border immigration checkpoint, and he's like, "Man, we've been here sitting here for 3 years, and we don't have any work, right? It's very frustrating because the Indian side is like not doing anything, or not, you know." So I will go there, and they will tell me to sod off, and then I will have to drive another 2 hours to the next border crossing, which is a lot bigger and a lot busier with the whole trucks import-export business going. So apparently, obviously, it sucks, and I don't like, the smaller the border crossing, the better. For unique cases like me, where I have to explain to them, yeah, this is a motorcycle from Germany. So yeah, this is, I don't know. I'm glad to be out of India today. even though I just read in the news that there's riots and burning and looting in Kathmandu. But since I have to go to China anyway, there is not really any nice bike, not landslide area ahead. There's not really anything else I can do. I have to go to Kathmandu, and it's actually pretty funny because when I was last in Kathmandu, which was in 2008, I think. There were also political riots. I think this time it's if I just skimmed a news article this morning. If I read it correctly, it's the royalists that are rioting. And last time I was there, it was the communists. I don't know why the royalists are rioting now. It seems like such an interesting idea, royalists rioting, You imagine them with their like little cups of tea and stuff. But obviously the royalists are like very conservative and more dangerous than one normally imagines a British royalist, right? 2008. So there was also like curfew, police lockdowns, everything closed down at like 8 in the evening. I was actually not arrested, but obviously it's a very touristy place. A lot of people go there for trekking and for Mount Everest related things. So there's like cool bars, where you can play pool and listen to music. And I was in one of those after curfew, right? Because they just, they would close the blinds, dim the lights, put down the shutters, and let the people still stay there. And but somebody snitched, and there's like 15 police guys in riot gear storming into the place, and they didn't arrest me, right? They just took down my passport details, like it. Obviously, it was like a rock and roll kind of bar, So there's like young Nepali guys with Led Zeppelin shirts. There's so it's not like it wasn't either communist nor royalist. It was just like cool place. And so there wasn't, I think, really any trouble, maybe for the owner, like a fine or whatever, for breaking the curfew, right? There was no political agitation going on. And now there is a curfew again. So I really hope that there is not going to be any trouble at the border, like people saying, oh no, you can't come to Nepal right now because somebody torched a car in Kathmandu. And I'll swear to God, I will punch somebody sooner or later. But still, it sucks because I was really looking forward to Kathmandu to go there, play a couple rounds of pool, have some pizza, have some standard more Western thing, because many of the places here, especially in the northeast, the small towns where I've been, was kind of boring in the evenings. I'm in due time for some company. And now, I don't know, the curfew again might foil my plans, but hey, I just have to find the bar that locks us inside, Is this the same road I took to come to Darjeeling? Honestly, I forgot. But I'm not going to Siliguri. I'm going a different road. Fucking traffic. At least it's not raining, right? What does this guy have? Is this like another... More tourists, look! They're very easily recognizable by the gear they're wearing, right? If you see somebody wearing an actual motorcycle jacket, and this guy even has like knee pads, they're obviously like tourists on a bike tour, because nobody, even if they're like driving a motorcycle daily for their living, wears any gear other than sometimes a helmet, which is very, I don't know. If I had to ride my motorcycle for work every day, 8 hours, I mean, at least gloves, you know? And I can understand that it's hot, so you maybe, yeah, no, don't wear a jacket or whatever, but still you can wear the protectors, you know? Another thing that's actually wild, there are some tea plantations on the mountains that probably look like some of the advertising pictures. Most tea obviously does not come from those mountains. I was in Assam, you know, Assam tea. I was driving for days, well, 2 or 3 days, through absolute tea plantation monoculture, right? Just flat land down there in the river valley of the, what's it called, Brahmaputra. And, you know, it's super flat, and there's just nothing but tea plantations until the horizon. Did not know that. So, I don't know, maybe tea experts can tell me if Assam tea is worse than Darjeeling mountain tea. Or if there's... Because I would think the altitude does make a difference, right? Or maybe not. Oh, come on. There's tourists here. Wow. Green Valley Homestay. So I already saw, I think this lady just there was a foreign tourist, and there was one old guy in Darjeeling that I passed. That's 2 today. Very interesting. I thought that'd be, like in Kathmandu, I thought there'd be like a lot of foreigners here. There isn't. 14 kilometers until the border, and I will be told to go away, despite having all the... I mean, how difficult is it to get... I mean, it's fucking 2025. Put like a stamp in my passport and type my name into some computer system, you know? I mean, they have like a checkpoint anyway, right? So people can cross, and there is somebody checking that you don't bring a billion cartons of cigarettes or whiskey. Ah, shit. Tourist viewpoint. Fuck. Accident? Tourist viewpoint? No, tourist viewpoint, huh? Have to be very careful at those because as soon as people here switch into sightseeing mode, it's like all care and goes out the window, you know. Tight. I don't know. Sometimes I'd just like to smash some windshields, you know. This is obviously a very narrow road, so why do the tourists think they are like, yeah, sure, we'll stop here to take pictures, you know? It's like so frustrating. And the view is shit. Like, what are you gonna take pictures of, man? Just go away. There's nothing, literally nothing to see here. I mean, the forest is nice, right? But if you look into the valley, it's just gray fog and clouds. Oh, man. They're taking pictures of the forest. Pine viewpoint. No, of the valley. Great. Okay. I mean, yeah, if you're like from Kolkata and you've never seen a pine forest, sure. Why not? Still a bit sad about the view. How is it still 27 minutes for 13 kilometers? Are you kidding me? It's very funny with this viewpoint over there, you know, with people blocking the road. And I mean, you could literally stop anywhere and blocking the road and paying entry and whatever. You could stop right here and, you know, go up into the forest. But if you haven't been to the official pine forest viewpoint, well, that doesn't really count, does it? What does he have on his back? See, this is the right car for India. Small, lots of space, can't fit a lot of people. But no, everybody is buying SUVs, so I have to buy an SUV as well. Sure, do it. Block traffic for everybody. some point I will need petrol. Ah, fucking buses. That's the perfect spot to wash your car there, buddy. Oh man. Perfect parking spot. Wait. Those Jeeps, and for like the one in front of me, are actually crazy, right? You can, except also for the black exhaust fumes, but they fit a lot of people in there. Like the back door opens like a regular side door, you know. They're like the local taxi cabs, and I'm sure they have some use, you know, because there is some sort of winter here. No, not gonna fit through there. Oh, man. If I stay any longer in India, I will start honking. Well, look at this guy. He's parked here. He's just waving at the car, so it looks like he's sort of uh, helping the situation. But obviously, it's just, you know, it's fake, right? So his car is blocking the road, and he's standing next to it, and it looks like he's organizing traffic. But obviously, you can't organize traffic around that, right? I've seen that a couple times. Super annoying. But you know, it's going to be an interesting development, right? Because if more and more people here have cars, get cars, and more and more cars are getting bigger, and look at this stupid Suzuki and the width of it. For what? For nothing. Look at the one on the left, and that's a good size. And tourism even more increases more, and more people will also come here with their own cars because more and more people have their own cars. It's going to be interesting to see, like, if traffic breaks down completely before people get used to and something is changed, or people get used to just traffic breaking down completely. And you know, if people will learn to live with it, or if people will, if the change is so slow that it just people grow to accept it, or if there will be some solution. Even though I don't know. I mean, make it car free, you know. There is not really a lot of space they can work with. But man, outside of the towns, forest is nice. Oh. Refreshingly little traffic. I'll just keep the video running until we're at the border. So yeah, looks like I'm not getting any picture with any tea plantation. Should I get a picture with the pine forest? I mean, it's a pine forest, right? It's not what Darjeeling is famous for. At least somebody's getting all the pine needles off the road. That's a very decent move. Yeah, I'm just sad about this. Oh, come on, let me pass. Yes. Border business. What is this, man? That's humongous. This parking, man. people people taking pictures of nothing. But hey, I mean, like, if you're here, right? I guess for many local tourists, Indian tourists, vacations are very unique and expensive, even if it's in your own state, you know, like coming from. But then, no, it's not true. I talked to a couple of people, and they said, yeah, coming from Kolkata here is very cheap. But that's what the locals said, so I don't know. But yeah, if you're here, you know, take a picture of the view, even though there is no view. Yeah, I think somebody said you can get like what was it, a train ticket, bus ticket from Calcutta to Darjeeling for 15 euros, 1500 rupees, something like this. Yeah, I don't know. Who is not using their brain in the Ministry of West Bengal? I mean, Darjeeling is a major tourist hub, right? Nepal is a major tourist hub. Why would you not open the border that's like an hour away from there? And I mean, obviously, you can do all kinds of selective bullshit. Just open it for, you know, tourists, Indian tourists, Nepali tourists, foreign tourists. There's no reason to have like a whole station examining import-export trucks or whatever, you know? You don't need to do that. There's the big one at Siliguri, right? There's no... But that makes me wonder then where all those jeeps are going. Because this is obviously not the main road to Siliguri. There is a faster one. And there's a lot of them. Minutes until the border. Is this the border? With like the barbed wire? Is there Nepal on the other side? Could be. No, it's just a military station. But there is like some, I don't know, Google Maps is not very helpful right now. There is like some line, black line on the map that I'm crossing several times on this road. Could be the border. see, the black car is like a tourist coming here with their own vehicle, which means they are bad drivers, not used to mountain roads, and obviously randomly stop to take pictures, you know. Very annoying. Yeah, I think that has to be Nepal, like a couple meters to the right of me.